Hey everybody, it's Tara Green here, and it's the 27th of January. And so the moon has finally entered Sagittarius. Of course, I know it felt like it was in Scorpio forever, didn't it? All right, so now the energy, wherever the moon is where the energy is. And so now the energy is much more upbeat, much more optimistic. It's totally about honesty, about truth, about justice, about pursuing higher goals. So while the moon is in Sag from the 27th, which it enters at 2:34 a.m., that's Eastern Standard Time, until the moon enters Capricorn on the 29th at 4:09 a.m., again Eastern Standard Time. Again, the energy is much more jovial, and Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius, also called Jove in Roman. So let's pull a card for today. So I'm going to talk about the astrology and do some cards. So the moon in Sag squares Jupiter in Pisces. Again, Jupiter rules two signs, like all of the planets. Jupiter rules Sagittarius and it rules Pisces. So of course, while Jupiter is in Pisces right now, up until May the 10th, at the beginning of 2022, and then it re-enters it at the end of October until December, Pisces, of course, benefit the most because Jupiter is the planet, the big benefic, the feel-good planet, the higher master teacher, and the Wheel of Fortune in the tarot. So in Pisces, this is a great blend, of course, because Jupiter's ruling the moon and where it is right now. So it's a great time for Sagittarians. Your mood's going to be much more optimistic. I've felt the last 3 days to be really heavy and really intense, and I'm sure you have as well. The moon then sextiles the sun in Aquarius. So Sagittarius is a fire sign, and the sun is in Aquarius, which is an air sign, so they're both considered to be masculine. Let's eliminate the gender stuff. Outgoing, active signs. Sagittarius moon trines Chiron and Aries, so we can be, strong and talking about our wounds and, not being afraid to be vulnerable. And then the moon in conjuncts Uranus and Taurus. Now, Uranus and Taurus is, creating a lot of havoc and chaos in the world, in the bear markets, in the bull markets. It is a sign of fixity. It doesn't want to change, and Sagittarius is a mutable sign. So, our optimism and our search for truth and fairness may be met with stubbornness, especially in the markets around the world. So let's talk about the weekend, though. Okay, so, all right, let's pull some cards. Now I'm going to combine the two here. So for the weekend, let's do one for each element. So we're going to start with fire. That's the first sign in the zodiac, fire. Okay, so this is the Four of Voices, and the voices in this card is air, because of course we use our voices and we speak, and in the beginning was the word. So having four voices, using the four elements, it's quite a cool image here with all this rays coming out of her eyes and kind of like hearts. It's a very kind of sweet image. Okay, so use and listen to the four voices that you have. Okay, and we could think of those as, part of the five senses, or maybe ask, what are my four voices, and discover something new. Sagittarius moon loves to learn, right? Okay, so then for the earth signs, because earth follows fire. Okay, we get the Page of Emotions. So emotions, of course, are water, hearts. You can see the big heart there. And pages are the youngest kind of, or they call it pure aspect, like the young child emotionally. So really opening up. There's all these beautiful little landscapes in this card. It's kind of octopus-like. It's definitely underwater. It's very Pisces-like. And the fish being attracted to the heart. Kind of beautiful image here. I kind of love this. You kind of want to go. Okay, so for earth signs, stay with your emotions, open your heart, find out what's going on underneath the surface. Okay, so now air signs, fire, earth, air. The air signs, you get this one. This is a sideways card. It's called the Muse of Emotion. So the muses in this deck are kings. Now this is a totally feminine deck. There are no male figures on it. Okay, this is, of course, the beautiful Muse Tarot. So the Muse of Emotions, what is she doing there? She's drinking some elixir. She's got a starfish there. Again, very emotional. So the King of Emotions would be very much a mastering the emotions, water sign of some kind. But a very different take on it. So I don't even want to go into traditional thing about this. What does this suggest to you? You know, that we have to have polarity, complementary polarities, okay? That's what I would take away from this card. To create kind of a fountain of life, a fountain of youth, a fountain of prosperity, having both the masculine and the feminine, the light and the dark. They're not one is not bad. Again, forget the gender stuff. Everything is about polarity, positive, negative. Negative is not bad. Okay, so this is for air signs. Remember the big emotions. Okay, and now for water signs. Okay, fire or water. Okay, so water signs, you get the Page of Inspirations. Again, the pages are kind of younger, immature, naive, innocent. Innocence is great. Inspirations, it's fire. So I love this beautiful rainbow cloud of inspiration coming out of her hair. You know, hair is a sacred antenna. That's why spiritual people never cut their hair. And there's 2 black cats in there as well. Kind of a beautiful deserty landscape. So I love this rainbow of inspirational colors here. So for water signs, use the time with the moon in Sag to inspire you to light your fire, to create new things. Okay, especially with Jupiter and Pisces, sign of artist. Create, create, create. Okay, now let's get into the astrology here too.